All right, we're live. This is the deal. So, as you know, we create our reality through our thought, words, and our actions. Really, that's how it works. We think about things, we talk about things, and we make them happen, right? So, one thing that I have learned along my journey is that this is definitely true. And I know a lot of people have a hard time believing this because different reasons and everything. I've heard a lot of different reasons, and they're all very understandable. But the thing is that I know this is real. I know this stuff is real. It's so real that I can see, even whenever I'm not practicing it, how I'm attracting things into my life. And I, it's interesting because you do really need to work on your focus in life, because when you focus your attention on something and you continue to keep that focus on something like a goal or whatever you're trying to achieve or whatever you're trying to do, um, then the more you focus, the more you are able to get it faster or more abundantly or greater or whatever it is. And I know that's something that I definitely need to work on more, and I love working on it because I get better and better at it every time I work on it. And I learn more about myself through this whole journey. Um, it's been a great journey. Originally I got into the LOA because in 2006 I saw The Secret, like a lot of other people saw, and got into it that way. And I knew it was special. I knew there was something about it, that I could connect with, something that I thought everybody else was going to be able to connect with this stuff, but people weren't into it. And then I realized that there's a reason why I was, introduced to the law of attraction. I was introduced to it because it's part of my journey. Learning about myself, learning about the universe, learning about us as these humans here on this planet. Everything basically that I'm supposed to learn in life revolves, or not revolves, but it has, a huge connection with whatever you want to call it. We use the words law of attraction as a way, for us, to know that we're talking about the same thing. But to be honest with you, this has only these words have only been used really for this philosophy in like the last 100 years, less than the last 100 years, maybe 2020. Yeah, it's about 100 years, maybe a little less. Um, a lot of people say that this was first coined by Napoleon Hill's, Think and Grow Rich, because he talks about this law of attraction, this mysterious law in the book. And I think since then, other people have wrote about this law because they were so fascinated with this secret, unknown law that was everywhere, that is known. It just wasn't being utilized. In many different societies in the past, it's been called different things. One of the greatest societies, coming out of Egypt, those, what were those? I can't remember the name of like the practice or whatever they were believing in, that philosophy at that time. But basically it was this law that they believed in, and it was, so what is above is below. And it's also like whatever's inside of you is also outside of you. Whatever's below is also above. It's like a mirror. You're mirroring this greater version. There's something else that's above us. Lots of theories on that. To be honest with you, stuff changes over the years. I get more educated, and I feel like I understand things a little bit better. But to my best understanding and knowledge, and the best way that I can kind of describe all of this is there's a book that was written by a guy named Joseph Benner. I think that was it. Joseph Benner. Might be Joseph Brenner, but I think it's Joseph Benner. And he wrote a book called The Impersonal Life. And in the book, he is having this conversation with, it's interesting. It's basically his understanding of God, or his conception of what God is. But it's basically he's basically talking to himself. He's basically guiding himself and telling himself how like all of the attributes and all the qualities that we have that we don't really know that we really have in us. And these are the same attributes that maybe like Jesus Christ might have. They're like God-like qualities on earth, earth God qualities. What's God known for? It's all of that stuff, all the good stuff that we can possess as well. Because when you think about it, I think that's what a lot of religions is kind of like teach us, that we were created from this greater version of ourselves. It's like a greater version of ourselves, a greater version of something which made us today. So I'm not saying like we're greater than the version greater than us. Does that make any sense? Anyways. I need to start doing more of these news stories. Why not? I should do a news story right now. That'd be kind of cool. So let me tell you about a news story. I'll just do a little practice run of a news story. Now, I believe this originally, was it Abraham Hicks that talked about the news stories? I think it was. In Austin, Texas, I was in this really great Abraham Hicks Law of Attraction group, and we would get together and we would do like different practices to help us attract stuff into our lives. It was really great. This really wonderful woman, her name was Alex. She, I guess she kind of like created the group and, hopes to try to bring people together. It was cool. I met some great people. One of my great friends that I met in that group, Penny, we had this Skype phone call that we would do like every other week or week. I don't know. It was crazy. Oh, why was it crazy? I don't know. Because I was like, I'll explain it to you. Because it kind of felt like I was, not really being honest. And that's, I think, what was the hardest part about it sometimes. Because sometimes I felt like I was just, not being completely honest. And that's the whole thing with news stories is you're telling your story as if it's already happened. You know, you're telling it in first person and you're saying everything that you want your life to be. So it can be kind of difficult, you know, whenever there's a lot of blockage and there's these things inside of you that are telling you inside, deep inside, that those aren't true, that stuff isn't true, and that it will never be true because you're never that going to be that kind of person. You know, it's like that, you know, it's shit that you're trying to, like, you know, like, get over. I don't know how to explain this. So what I learned through that process is that it was hard for me to do it because there was these blockages, there was things, and it sent me on this whole journey of trying to unblock all this stuff that was inside me, which I'm still doing today. Still doing this stuff so that way I can be healed, and so that way I can, you know, become the wonderful, you know, the wonderful creator that I was born to be, the wonderful creator that I am supposed to be, the wonderful creator that I am right now. Okay, so the news story is basically telling your life basically as if this, like, telling the life that you want, but in first person or in real time. So that way so that way it sounds like you are actually living that life right now, you know? And the point of this is because, and you can actually look this up. Abraham Hicks talks about this. Dr. Joe Dispenza explains it really well. Let me see what he says. Okay, so in this news story that you're creating, he does his in like a meditation. He'll sit, I guess he sits or whatever in meditation for however long he does it, and he creates this story inside of his head. He lives this story as if it's real. But the trick is that you have to create these emotions along with those thoughts. Now, when you create the emotions, hopefully the thing is you want them to be positive emotions, and you want them to be very um they just got to be positive, and you, because those positive emotions are going to attract positive things in your life. So you want to try to what is the word, um you want to try to create these emotions of what it feels like to already have that which you want, or that you are trying to create, that which you are desiring to attract into your life. Because that which is liken is attract unto itself. Did I say that right? I think I did. So let's do this. My name is Christian Lamberson, and I have this great story to tell you. I just bought this wonderful piece of property in Oregon. It's really nice. Um, I've always wanted my own piece of property. I wanted to grow food, and there's really great growing conditions in Oregon. I got multiple acres to live on. I have really great facilities. I have a house, I have a garage, and I have a giant workshop that is going to be used for all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. I have multiple other buildings too, and they're all going to be used for agricultural purposes and stuff like that, basically, because I want to be a farmer. Actually, no, I am a farmer, and I'm so happy that I am finally buying this piece of property because I am a farmer. I've always known that I am a farmer. I've always known that I am a creator and that I can create anything that I want to. It feels really good to know that I am going to finally be a farmer. I'm going to have my own market garden. I'm going to be able to sell my own produce. I'm going to sell it at markets. I'm going to sell my produce and fruit at a fruit little stand right outside of my place because I live right on a very accessible road. I'm also going to open up a little business in the small town that I'm moving to, and it's going to be great. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with the business, but it's going to be awesome. I'm going to use it. It's going to be because I'm vertically integrated. You know, there's levels, right? But it's all vertically, you know, leveled. So, yes. Chickens. I'm going to have chickens. I'm going to have chicken eggs. I'm going to have duck eggs. Yes. Oh, duck eggs for breakfast every single day. Man, could you imagine how awesome it would be to be able to eat a duck egg every single morning for breakfast? Like a really good sized duck egg, good one, you know? And then I'm gonna have all these fresh vegetables. I'm gonna have so much food. The first year, I'm gonna give away a bunch of food to people because I want people to know that I have really good food. I'm growing really good food. Plus, you know, I got to work on my technique a little bit before I can really start selling at this market, but that's fine. I want to work, I want to learn, I want to work hard, and I want to grow really delicious organic fruits and vegetables. Oh, it's going to be a food paradise. There's going to be food everywhere, growing all over the property. It's going to be beautiful. You're going to be able to just walk around and pick fruit and vegetables and you know, make a salad and get some fruit and take that fruit and cut it up and eat it. I'm going to have it's going to be awesome. Yes. So that's it. That's a news story for you. What do y'all think? Did I do a good job? Ay caramba. So, YouTube. It's kind of cool. Oh, yeah. Also, I'm going to do more videos like this, a lot more videos. I'm going to teach people everything that I know about the law of attraction because I believe that this stuff works. I know this stuff works and I can prove it because I've had many wonderful experiences, all because I chose to create those experiences. I chose to bring those experiences into my life. My dollar bill that changed into $100,000 bill. I don't know if we're allowed to smoke on YouTube live. I don't think you are. Just want to make sure. I don't see why not. I mean, I'm not doing anything illegal. So anyways. Oh, yeah. What time is it? 6:44. Maybe I should go. Doesn't Amazon don't they have something What is it called? No, that's not it. This has got to be the most boring video in the world. I wonder if there's anybody ever going to watch this shit.